Coming up from the 5th Masters of the season in Debrecen, Hungary, we sit down with Team Riga star duo Norris Miezis and Carlos Lasmanis, aka Batman and Robin, and the 3x3 superheroes talk about their chemistry on and off the court. Debrecen Masters MVP Tomasz Ivosev returns to Hungary and talks about his smooth transition playing with the #1 seed Novi Sad Al-Wahda. And we find out who wins out in the battle of the Stojacic brothers, as Strahinja and Stefan open up about who's mom and dad's favorite. Plus, stay tuned to the end of the magazine for a spectacular top 5 plays. It's quick, it's epic, and now it's Olympic. Welcome to the world of FIBA 3x3 basketball, a game played with non-stop music on a half court with 2 teams of 3 players going to 21 points with 10 minutes on the game clock. Previously at the FIBA 3x3 World Tour, Novi Sad Al-Wahda claimed their 3rd Masters of the season with a heart-stopping final victory over Serbian rival Liman Teslavota in picturesque Lausanne, the Olympic capital. Can anybody end these dudes' 17-game win streak? But traveling east might inspire Liman, who are the defending champs in Debrecen. Can they get revenge like Drake in Summer 16? Or will a new champ be crowned and another spot in the Beijing final secured? The answer starts now. Novi Sad Al-Wahda came into the event with more swag than Sway Lee and easily won their 2 matches against fellow Serbs Ivosev and Kran from Slovenia. After reclaiming his throne as the world's #1 player, Dusan Bulut combined well with Debrecen Masters MVP Tomasz Ivosev as the #1 seed extended their streak to 19-0. #10 seed Ivosev recovered from their loss to Novi Sad with a thrilling 21-19 win over Kran to qualify for the quarterfinals. Mr. Robot's little bro, Strahinja Stojacic, was the hero, pouring in 10 points, and none were prettier than this ridiculous reverse flush in the dopest highlight of day 1.
I knew it was going down! He didn't forget to flush! Yeah, that was nasty.
The defending champs Liman Teslavota crushed Hungarian hopes with a 21-11 thrashing of Budapest, but were given all they could handle against countrymen Riga Intergalactic. Naboisa Kilian came out swinging like Conor McGregor to jump out to an early lead, but Stefan Stojacic rose up like the morning sun as Liman hung on 17-16. The new kids on the block from Gagarin made it all the way to the main draw thanks to an Alexander Zverev Tissot buzzer beater.
Automatic AK-47.
But crashed back to earth against 2 of the best teams in the world, Team Belgrade and the 1-2 punch of Norris Miezis and Carlos Lasmanis of Team Riga. But the most impressive performance of the opening day was from Amsterdam Enox Deals, who had a perfect start with a victory over Quarterfinal, followed by a 22-9 backyard beatdown of Upalets in the most one-sided result of day 1. Nobody scored more points than Jesper Jabse on day 1. He had back-to-back double-digit outbreaks and 21 points overall. The job was working overtime and combined nicely with Aaron Royer in a 1-2 punch that was adding more hype to Amsterdam Enox Deals' train. The top 4 seeds finished day 1 with clean records. 7th seed Gagarin were the highest team knocked out, and it was also adios for winless Team Kran, Quarterfinal, and Hungary's finest, Budapest. For the first time in World Tour history, brothers are playing at the same tournament, but for different teams. Stefan Stojacic plays for #2 seed Liman, while younger brother Strahinja is with fellow Serbs from Team Verbis. The high-flying bros love to dunk and entertain, but like all siblings, a competitive rivalry has existed from an early age. Let's find out who comes out on top in this brotherly beef. Starting with who was the better player in childhood.
Pa kad smo bili mali, nismo mnogo puta igrali basket, ali sigurno da je on bio bolje ili mnogo ranije sazreo i bio je drugačiji smo konstituciji. I on je uvijek bio jači od mene, tako da nikad nisam imao velike šanse.
Pa ja sam verovatno bio omiljen od strane mame, dok je on bio omiljen od strane tate. I nekako je tata uvijek mislio da je on talentovaniji košarkaš, što realno i jeste. Ima bolju glavu za košarku, ja sam samo uvijek bio onako fizički dominantan.
How about Dunker?
Obojica možemo zakucamo solidno, ali ja bih svakako tu prednost dao njemu iz razloga zato što on stvarno može onako da poprilično dobro zakuca i atraktivno, tako da vidjet ćemo, nadamo se da će sad i ovdje u Debrecenu, a pokazuje već svoje zakucavanje u Ljubljani.
Shooter?
On je bolji šuter sigurno, što i vidimo da je jedan od boljih šutera na vrturu.
Defender?
Pa ja bih rekao da smo različiti odbrambeni igrači. On je mnogo, da kažem, viši u skoku, veći mu je dohvat, može bolje da blokira šut i da ide na skok. Dok sam ja fizički jači, tako da možda za 5 na 5 bi dao prednost njemu, a za 3 na 3 bi verovatno dao prednost sebi.
Worst loser?
Stefa sigurno, on ne voli da izgubi, svaki put ide, šta god da se igra, on ide da pobedi, tako da ja lakše podnosim poraz.
How about the ladies?
Pa ne mogu da odgovorim na to pitanje, pošto imam ženu, tako da bi prepustio njemu.
Ali ajde da kažemo da je u tom periodu on bio malo luđi od mene.
Dancer?
U tome sam bolji. Tu mogu pokaže svoj kvalitet bolje nego...
Okay, last minute shot.
Ako nam treba 2 poena, trojka, dvojka, onda da šutnem ja, a ako treba na prodor da se ide, onda on.
Here's a quick look at the quarterfinal bracket, which includes 5 Serbian teams, while Riga, Amsterdam Enoxdils, and Upalets Bernard look to crash the Serbian party. First up, can Belgrade produce a major upset and take down Novi Sad Awada? Things seem to be going as expected, with Tomas Ivosev feasting inside, and the big fella was bringing it defensively too. The number 1 seed comfortably led 14-6. But Belgrade wasn't just going to roll over like a puppy. They rattled off 5 straight points. But Dusan Bullet, a.k.a. Mr. Bulletproof, answered right back to bring Novi Sad close to victory. With more twists than Mission Impossible Fallout, Belgrade made one last run with Ivan Popovic getting it back to 20-19. But a huge rejection from Savic denied Bielitsa's attempt to be the game hero. And Novi Sad hung on to maintain their unbeaten record.
At the end, you saw the result. We got a game, but at the end, we just pushed the tempo down a little bit. They took advantage of that, and really hard game. Yeah.
What a difference a day makes. Amsterdam Enoxdils were the hottest team of day 1, but started day 2 colder than Winterfield. Relja Intergalactic jumped out to an 11-5 lead with Peter Perunovic dripping from deep. The Serbs had the answers like your classroom nerd as the game headed to a thrilling finish. Amsterdam trailed 16-14 with just over 1 minute left, but saved their best for last. They scored 7 of the last 8 points as Royer and the Jobs pick and rollin' had us stargazing to the tune of 20 points between them. Amsterdam wrapped things up 21-17 to make the semifinals.
We fought back and we were really confident that we would fight back and get the advantage at the end of the game because we feel that we're in better shape and we proved that, I think.
The defending champs Lehman Tesla-Voda decided the fans had sweated enough in the first 2 quarterfinals and won a one-sided game against Upalets Bernard. Stefan Stojacic, a.k.a. Mr. Robot, showed his moves and was smoother than Justin Timberlake. The dagger came from Stefan Kojic, who savagely faced Tom Roman Zakrila as Lehman marched on to the quarterfinals. Stojacic and Kojic combined for 17 points in Lehman's big 22-13 win.
We start the game good. We know that Kompolets is a physical team, so we start physically. We make an advantage at the beginning of the game, and we took that advantage till the end.
Number 3 seeds Riga impressed in Lausanne and were keen to return to the semifinals. In their way was Serbian team Verbis, who were clearly not intimidated. The early going was physical, with Stefan Sinovic going up top for the filthy rejection on Agnes Chavars. Riga eventually found their groove, with Norris Miezis imitating the breakers from the World Dance Sport Federation. The high-flying Strahinja Stojacic tried to inspire his team with a two-handed flush, but Riga pulled away as they started hitting shots from downtown like it was happy hour. Riga cruised to a 21-12 victory to deny the Stojacic brothers an all-in-the-family clash in the semis.
We're feeling great, you know. We just really want to get past our semifinals, you know. That's our main goals.
The Shootout contest. The moment we crown the best marksman in the tournament. The final sees 4 players hit 15 shots worth 1 point from 3 destinations around the arc, plus 3 money balls worth 2 points from the 3x3 logo. And to make it all a little more interesting, $5 grand on the table for whoever beats the all-time record of 15 points. And get this, 10 grand for whoever goes blackjack and scores all 21 points. Sharpshooter Ivan Nedeljkovic from Kragujevac started things off with 9 points, including 1 money ball, and had a nervous wait as final shooter and favorite Marko Savic from Novi Sad Alwada needed to drain just 1 money ball to claim the title. But the Serbian surgeon missed all 3 attempts. Ivan Nedeljkovic is your shootout winner of the Debrecen Masters contest. Ukraine dunk star Vadim Podopchenko, a.k.a. Miller, entered the dunk contest as the red-hot favorite against Joel Henry from the UK and France's Loic Montry. Miller last won in Lausanne last year and wasted no time reminding the judges of his ridiculous hops. It was all too much for Henry, who missed his signature dunks and was knocked out in the first round.
All the creativity on full display. He got an A in arts and crafts.
Moitri tried to challenge the Ukrainian with creativity, but found it difficult to pull off the tricky dunks. Meantime, there was no such troubles for Miller, who received perfect scores for consecutive dunks. Firstly, dude went between the legs off the bounce with the sick, ridiculous two-handed finish.
This man is out of this world. He's somewhere up there with the Jetsons. It's looking like he might run away with this competition.
Miller had another 30 up his sleeve, too. He went 360 between the legs so easy, he even found the time to put his arm behind his neck.
Look, ma, one hand, and he puts it. He was checking the back of his head. Oh yeah, look again, Miller swagging on us in Debrecen, and 10s across the board.
Dude had so much sauce, we needed some noodles to go with it. So it was easy breezy for Vadim Podopchenko, blowing away the competition to win the title and take home the $2,500 check. Norris Miezis and Carlos Lasmanis are Team Riga's superheroes. They might not be fighting crime, but the dynamic duo beat up opponents on the basketball court to become 3x3's Batman and Robin. They may be inseparable now, but Miezis and Lasmanis were once fierce rivals in Latvia.
Every time when we played against each other, he was the king of the tournament. He won a lot of times those super finals, get main prizes every time. And you know, when you play against the best team, you want to show the best, you know.
We want to beat each other, you know, in the practices. Some fights, some angry, but this is a sports attitude.
When I was young, he was doing those crossovers against me, and he got me every time. So, and I started to think, how he do that? How he do that? Then I started to recognize what to do in defense. But still, it's really fun to play against each other.
Batman and Robin have only teamed up for 2 years now, but it seems like they've been playing together forever. Doesn't matter if teams have scouted them, they still punish them every game on these unstoppable backdoor cuts.
I need just to take the pass with bounce in the front and Lasman's. Everything need to do Lasmanis to be the quicker than defender, and this is his job. I need to give the pass, that's all.
I watch to him what he gonna do, then I watch what my defender do. You have to collect whole things together and then recognize what to do, go backdoor or not. Or sometimes, you know, when they are thinking that we are going in backdoors, I can do step back and make my three-pointer.
A lot of my friends, they told us, you look like you're playing with Carly's like 10 years together, but this is only second year, and I don't know how to explain that.
I know that I need some guy who can take the ball, because I'm like a hothead, you know, sometimes. I like to run with my head in a wall, so I can pass ball to him, you know, and he can calm down everyone.
It isn't just on the court that the pair have a special chemistry. Miesis and Lasmanis enjoy hanging out off the court too.
We're really good friends, and outside basketball, it's I think there's a small things well collected with big things.
Batman and Robin, you know, it's really good. Can't know what to say.
And we're down to the final four, with number 1 seed Novi Sad Al-Wahda against an in-form Amsterdam Inox squad, and defending champs Liman Tesla matched up against Riga in a rematch of the semifinal in Lausanne. To cause an upset, Amsterdam needed to start fast, but Novi Sad had other ideas, with Marco Savage literally making the Flying Dutchman wobbity wobbity, drop it like it's hot. After that, Amsterdam needed some inspiration, and Aaron Royer came alive with some filthy dimes to get his team closer. Novi Sad had Amsterdam's pick-and-roll game covered, but Royer was starting to slice them open, as the world number 1's lead was trimmed to 15-13. Amsterdam Inox deals looked like the real deal, but there was no need to fear for Novi Sad, not with Dusan Bullet around. Mr. Bulletproof reached into his bag of tricks and scored the team's final 5 points, finished with 11 on the game, as Novi Sad won it 21-15 and reached another final.
They're an awesome team, you know, you need to be focused every second on the game. If you don't concentrate the whole game, you're in really big trouble.
In the second semifinal, Riga was out for revenge after being embarrassed by Liman Tesla at the same stage in Lausanne last week. They sizzled early to build a 9-5 lead. Liman produced some, spoiler alert, top 5 shots to get back into the game, and started to find their best with slick ball movement. But Riga would not be denied, with Carlos Lasmanis coming up clutch and a monster board, plus the putback from Agnes Tavares, who's stronger than no deodorant, and helped seal a 21-18 upset over Liman. The champs won't be repeating in Debrecen.
Finally, we reach our goal to be in final in the World Tour. Now we try to do our best for the final.
Tomasz Ivosev is back at the Debrecen Masters, but with new colors. The text on his chest no longer says Budapest like the last 2 years. Earlier this summer, the 28-year-old joined the number 1 team in the world, Novi Sad Al-Wahda, a move that could have happened 6 years earlier.
I'm born in Novi Sad. I go to school there, start my basketball there. They are older than me, but with Savic I practice in the same club in the Sport Key in Novi Sad. I was playing against Deo 5-on-5. I was playing against Dusan, so we have like a really long history knowing each other. And first time when we start to playing this 3x3, It was first FIBA tournament in Svilajnac in Serbia, where we qualified for the first World Championship in Athena. But unluckily, in that year I needed to go to pre-season in Hungary, so I couldn't go with them. And I was following them, I was cheering for them, and I was really almost crying when they won it. So I was really proud that I was part of this team when we started. But now it came this time when all pieces came together and we finally can be together again.
Ever since he joined the team, Novi Sad Al-Wahda are undefeated at the World Tour. Ivosev's impact was on full display at the Debrecen Masters. The 6'7" big man has Novi Sad looking like the Golden State Warriors of 3x3.
Till now they didn't have the low post player in the team. Their game was based from the back cuts, one-on-ones, their outside plays. So, and now we have me in the team who is like to play more from inside. We are still trying to find this balance between inside play, outside play, and I think it's gonna work really good by the time. I need to be honest, it's really easy to play with them. They understand this game. This game is in their blood, and it's easy. There is Dusan, Marko Savic, Marko Ždero, and Maestro, who is like professionals in this game. They are really the top of one, and I didn't expect that title for me. It's my second World Tour with them, and to be MVP, one of that, so it's really big privilege, and I'm really proud of them that they give me this opportunity to be MVP.
The crowd was hyped for the final, with Riga feeling confident of causing a major shock, having defeated Novi Sad 3 times already in challengers earlier this season. A motivated Novi Sad team had enough of listening to the talk and had a 21-game win streak at the World Tour to back them up. Dusan Bullet was smoking hot like molten rock as Novi Sad scored the first 5 points. Riga attempted a comeback with Edgar's crewman setting up Agnes Chavars for the one-handed flush as Novi Sad's lead was cut to just 1 point. The crowd was feeling it, but Novi Sad had other ideas as they took control, scoring 10 of the next 11 points. Winning time also means Mr. Bulletproof time. He dotted Carlos Lasmanis' forehead on a filthy step back, splashing another one from deep, and finishing things off with his classic step-back J to clinch Novi Sad's 4th title.
Novi Sad remain unbeaten.
The one-sided final was the TSO fastest game of the Debrecen Masters. Novi Sad Al-Wahda continued to write history by becoming the first team ever to win 4 Masters in the same season and extended their win streak to a ridiculous 22 games. Bullet won his 3rd MVP trophy of the season after scoring 11 points in the final and 44 big ones for the tournament, a season high for any player on the World Tour.
Monkeys off the shoulder, and I'll be super pissed if we lose one more time, you know, and the team has a great energy during the final, you know, and when we play like that, I think nobody can beat us.
Don't worry, I haven't forgotten the top 5. As promised, here you go. And don't try this at home. We start things off with who else but Mr. Bulletproof, who sends Carlos Lasmanis back to elementary school. Call this step-back edumacation. At number 4, Team Budapest rising star Attila Demeter puts a little Hungarian on this acrobatic reverse layup.
Oh my goodness! That was a jelly without the jam.
Coming up at number 3, the defending champs would probably like to erase their semifinal loss from memory, but Mihaly Ivosevic's circus shot surely won't be forgotten anytime soon. Crazy. At number 2, he doesn't play the piano or build robots for fun like his brother, but when it comes to dunks, Strahinja showed he's the best in the Stojacic family. with the jab and the yammy. And at number 1, calls him the new Eminem, because German rising star Felix Schweizer crashed the rim like kamikaze.
It's time to get on a plane back home, fella. You ain't gonna live that one down.
Not to worry, you won't have to wait long for the 6th Masters of the season. It's coming up quick. Au revoir, Europe. We're flying to Mexico City on September 8th and 9th. It'll be the 4th time this beautiful city has held the event. With Novi Sad Al-Wada and Liman Teslavota missing out, a new team will book their ticket to the final in Beijing. Remember, you can follow it live with the hashtag 3x3WT on FIBA 3x3 social media channels on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.